everybody. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. Welcome to another day of Gaming Mess. Today we are back in The Sims 4 and we are building in the new Cats and Dogs expansion pack world. I don't remember what it's called, but we're in there. Like the whole seaside shore kind of island, not really island, but you know, we're in that world and I'm really excited because of all my computer problems. The only thing that I got to do in The Sims 4 was build my own cats and dogs. You can see the video. It'll be linked in the description, and it'll be in the eye in the corner. But that was literally the only thing I got to do, and then I went to bed for that night. And then in the morning, I had to take my computer to be fixed because it was having major issues. So whoop-de-doodles. But I didn't get to check out anything. I didn't get to check out any of the gameplay, any of the stuff, any of the new items. I didn't get to build anything. I didn't even get to check out the world. So like everything is completely brand new to me except like 2 weeks late, but you know, whatever. So anyway, this is actually for the upcoming Let's Play that going to do on the new edition of being a vet in the Cats and Dogs expansion. And so I'm really excited about that. That'll be coming out during Gaming Mess, probably in a couple days. And so stay tuned for that. But I decided I wanted to build a house for my sim because I didn't want it to be like starting at like $0 and working your way up. I kind of wanted to have a house and have a vet clinic to work from and just kind of play through upwards through the levels and try to sort of see what it was like to have a cat and dog in The Sims 4. And I'll explain it when I post that video and everything. But I wanted to, before I started the Let's Play, I wanted to design a house for my sim, and I also wanted to design a vet clinic. So that will be coming out soon as well. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so this is the house that I'm building. I took inspiration back in August. I went to a wedding in Michigan. And while I was up in Michigan, I kind of ended up going on a week-long trip all throughout the state, the lower part, peninsula. Is that what they're? Yeah, peninsula, not the upper one. The one that looks like a thumb, or not a thumb, a mitten. The mitten. Yeah. I ended up going through Ludington. And first of all, if you ever go to Michigan, go to Ludington because it is very, very pretty. And if you're into lighthouses at all, Michigan, first of all, it's a state to go, man. Second of all, Ludington has several, not a ton, because there's not a ton of lighthouses. Well, there's like 150 something, but they're all over the state. Anyway, getting off topic, there are some beautiful ones around the area, and it is a very touristy town. But it's a lot of fun. Very, very, very nice people. Small tourist town. So it's not like Orlando, Florida or something where it's huge and massive. But while I was there, down Main Street, there are all these old style, almost Victorian historical houses. And for a long time, I wanted to build some of these houses or take inspiration from them. And I either haven't been able to or computer issues. Ha ha ha. So, with this new Let's Play coming up, and with the fact that the world is, in a fact, sort of similar to Ludington. It's on the coastline. It's got like that fishery area. Not that city had, or not that they have that, but you know, the vibe was just kind of their homey. Like lots of people are out in the open, walking around, things like that. I felt like this would be a good place to build this here. But when I started building, I quickly encountered an issue. There's not a ton of huge lots in this world, at least that were open. I didn't want to disturb too much of the town and like delete a whole bunch of stuff. I wanted to keep most of the stuff that was already there. But there's only like a 30 by 20. There's like 2 of those lots and then like a 30 by 40. And like, first of all, I needed another large lot probably to build the veterinary clinic. And so I was kind of like, I started building on a 30 by 20 lot and I was like, this is way too small for what I want to build. Because the house that I wanted to build is kind of square-like almost, and the 30 by 20 lot was not going to be big enough. It was no. And like there wasn't enough yard space, honestly. And I was like, no, I don't want to be cramped, because I wanted to do the 30 by 20 lot when I started because I felt like it would fit better for like starting out, but then I changed my mind and it was like, nope, forget that plan, moving on up to 30 by 40. So anyway, here we are, building this kind of Victorian / seaside-esque, modern-ish. It's not really modern, but at the same time it's not traditional either. It's kind of like they're in between. Some of the parts are fairly modern and other aspects of it are more traditional, and so it's almost like the person that owned this house was in the middle of remodeling it and didn't quite get finished. And I kind of like it. It kind of adds a little bit of character, but it also made for some odd additions to decorating. But if you look, I actually remembered to do many things first. I remembered to put in wallpapers first. 2, I remembered to put in windows before I got everything on the walls. 3, I actually put in floorboards, or not floorboards, but I actually put in flooring before I get all of the furniture down, which is super exciting for me because if you know me and have watched my videos, that is not what I do. Like, my thing is it just work better if I can put all the decorations and the items down and then attempt to find a flooring and a wallpaper that works, and most of the time it doesn't quite work how I want it to work. So learn from my mistakes and pick your flooring and pick your walls out first. But I felt like I kind of wanted to do flooring on the wall colors and things like that on the early side, because I wanted to keep this vibe that it was kind of seaside-esque with the blues and the whites and like sort of lighthousey-ish with like open windows. There are some like modern aspects of like large windows and lots of light. And there's this lovely patio and this lovely whatever you call that space out the back that's not the patio. It's not a porch. I don't know, my brain is not working. But it's that thing that's on the second floor. But lovely place you can walk out. It actually ended up being fairly big. Like, for only having one sim and a dog and a cat, this ended up being 3 bedrooms. And technically you could fit more bedrooms on the second story. I just chose to make it a living room area because I wanted to have a fireplace area downstairs. So I decided to kind of play around with that and make it more of a formal living space on the first floor and have a more entertainment space on the second floor. Granted, I didn't do a ton of detailing with this build because I didn't A, feel like it was necessary, and B, I kind of wanted to do that in the Let's Play, and C, I'll be honest, I kind of forgot because it's been like 2 months since I've really built anything in The Sims, and I kind of forgot about the X aspect of pictures. Like, I get to like the last like 10 minutes of like in-time, real-time building, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's these things called pictures that go on walls that I can put to add more decoration. So there's not a ton of like decorations and things like that, but I kind of like it because it adds it more open, and I wanted it to be more open and clean, like not super cluttered, and at the same time I didn't want it to be super lived in because like I'm doing a Let's Play with this house. I'm not like, granted I'm putting it on the gallery, you can download it, but anyway, I hope I'm getting my point across. Yeah. So, you may be asking, what's with the vines, Sarah? Well, see, that I learned this thing. Well, 2 things. One, my brain is not coming up with architectural terms. It's a long day. I've been working on school for a while today. The trim. Is that what it's called? Trim? I don't remember, but the trim between all the floors, that white flooring trim on the outside of the house. Apparently, when you have stairs next to the wall on the outside, it doesn't show up. The trim doesn't show up. So I had to put those vines to kind of mask that there was this empty space. So it ended up working. I kind of liked it. It added a little bit more detail to the outside because I didn't really do a ton of detail on the outside because I really didn't feel like it was necessary. And just because, like, I put a few trees up, a couple flowers, things like that. But I didn't really want to go, like, ham and just kind of do everything. So it was like throughout this whole build, there's a few like little decorations here and there, but it's not as much as I normally do. So I apologize if that's not what you're looking for, but you also feel free to add your own details and things as you like. So first of all, Sims Cats and Dogs, amazing expansion pack. I love the items, a lot of the items that came with it. The dog beds, the big dog beds, they could have done better on those. Little dog beds, I don't really mind, but the big ones, like, I don't understand why they don't have those kind of, those round oval shaped beds that a lot of dogs will lay on, or even make the bed look more raised. But, I guess we can't have everything, but, like, I'm gonna be honest, the dog bed is probably a big feature, and I don't know why it wasn't done better. But it's kind of awkwardly big. I wish it wasn't this shape. But, whatever. So I littered a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but several cats and dog things around because I knew I was going to have cats and dogs. So on the first floor, we have the master bedroom because I quickly realized that how I was kind of planning the rooms is what I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm a little out of practice. How I was planning the rooms out in my brain, I would have ended up with like a massive downstairs that I really didn't know what I was going to do with, because I knew that I wanted the upstairs space, because I kind of limited myself by putting that big balcony out there. So I decided to put the master bedroom on the first floor, and also the master bath, as well as a half bath that like guests can use, because I'll be honest, when I have like people over, I don't really want them going into my bathroom that's by my bedroom. Like, I'm fine with it if they go, like, in the main floor bathroom, but not, like, my bathroom. So, I put a second bathroom on that floor, and then I also put a little study room, or office. Office is the word. Put an office over there because I didn't want to clutter the room up with, like, a computer and everything. So, I just made a little office. There's a little bookcase, not a lot there. And this kitchen, I had a lot of fun with this kitchen, like kind of designing it because of the stairs. Because it looks more open, like apparent. Like if you look down on it, it looks more open than it actually is. Because there's no, like the wall, you have that bathroom to the left and then you have the stairs. But it's open stairs up, like there's a little hallway on the other side because of the second to third floor stairs. So, not that it was challenging, but it was kind of fun. And I really liked the color scheme that it came out with. I almost did like white cabinetry and island and stuff, but like with the already really pale blue walls and the white flooring, I decided to go with brown. I apologize for coughing. Yes. But yeah, I really like how the kitchen turned out. And I really love that little piece that in the little left-hand corner with the dishes on it and everything that came in the cats and dogs pack. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Because all the other ones that were in The Sims 4 beforehand were very antique and not that it's super modern, but it's a little bit more modern. Well, it is more modern than the more antique one with legs and all that. So, and then I had to figure out how I wanted to design this big open space because I knew I wanted to fit a dining room. And then I had this random empty space that I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to fit a living room or what. And then I remembered fireplaces are an amazing thing. And I thought that would be so awesome to go down to the seaside and like spend the day out and like by the water and come in and relax by the fireside. I was like, that would be amazing. I'm like, want something? I'm going to fit this fireplace in. So I moved a door and put some furniture in, and I really liked that the colors that came in the sofa, the two-seater with the really tall two-seater. I really liked that plum purple eggplant. Very pretty, and it's kind of a little awkward because of how tall it is, but at the same time it kind of works. And I don't hate it, but I don't love it, but I like it more than I hate it, if that makes sense. So yeah, and I put a piano in that corner because that's what was always going to go there. It was going to be a piano, and originally in my thought process there was going to be a library upstairs, but I ended up turning it into a guest bedroom because I realized I only would have had 2 bedrooms. Not, once again though, not that my sim is necessarily going to A, get married, B, have children. Like, they might, I don't know. But chances are not necessarily that high. But if we do, we do. But this house just felt too big to only have 2 bedrooms. And like, only have a master bedroom. And the other bedroom ends up being more of a loft style bedroom. And it just felt like it needed another bedroom instead of a library. So, yeah. Okay, so this middle floor area, I had issues deciding color-wise because everything ended up being very blue. And not that I have a problem with blue. I really like blue. And I really like blue and white. And I really feel like it plays on the nautical vibe and like ocean vibe. But at some point, I felt like it got a little too much blue. So, and a little too much white, like too much white. And so I ended up putting in some black, darker pieces to kind of help it along. But yeah, so in my brain, this was for some reason they were going to be two, they were going to be flip-flopped. This room was going to be the bedroom and the other room was going to be the bathroom. But I realized that the other one has a ton of windows and it would be not better shaped, but it would look better to have it as a guest bedroom and have this be a very nice bathroom than the other way around. Because not that curtains are bad, I like curtains and all that, but you wouldn't have those big of windows on a second story bathroom. It's just not realistic. So yeah, but I put a bookcase in here and I ended up changing some of the colors on some of the items to kind of add some more colors. In the end, and I put some curtains up later. I like how it turned out, but it's not my favorite. I'll be honest. So then I went out here real quick and I found a grill, and for some reason, like, I liked the blue grill. I liked the darker blue. I didn't necessarily want to go with black, but there really wasn't a, what do you call it? Cabinet? A cabinet that was that blue color. And I was kind of ticked off. I was like, really? Really? So, but can't have everything. What can you do? Let's see. Oh, and then after this, I designed the guest bedroom, which kind of ended up being a conglomeration of colors, but at the same time, it's a guest bedroom, and I feel like a lot of times in guest rooms, people have like quilts and kind of things that don't 100% match, and it still kind of works because it's a guest bedroom. So yes, I know that the blue walls and the purple of the bed and all that do not match, but I like the purple, so it's going to work. So then up here, first of all, I really wanted to utilize those new corner seats that came with the Cats and Dogs expansion. Like, oh, yes! And then I wanted to play around with how the setup was for the bedroom upstairs, because I wanted to make that L shape with the desk and bed. But then I realized what I did was I kind of set myself up for fitting everything nicely into this little octagon shape. And then I had this square over there and this long hallway that I was like, well, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, look, it fits so nicely. And you could just put a wall there and like a door and it'd be perfect. But there's like another 2/3 of the room left to try to figure out. And I was like, whoopsies. And so I like put a dog bed there and it was like, no, this isn't gonna work. And the problem is, like, the dog that I have is a big dog, and so I couldn't fit like a dog bed and a couch there, because I decided to make it into a little entertainment area because I really wasn't sure what to do with this. And granted, the house doesn't need an entertainment area, but since I was treating this upper area like an open loft, I thought, if you lived up here, you would probably have kind of almost your own apartment, if you will. You'd probably have like an entertainment area, and you have a fairly large bathroom. So the only thing you don't really have is a kitchen. But just have to travel down 2 stories. But yeah, so there ended up being like quite several big bathrooms in this build. And it's kind of funny, but the master bathroom ended up being the smallest out of all the like full bathrooms. And I'm kind of sad about that, because I normally like to make my master bathrooms like kind of bigger, grander, have everything. And granted, it has everything, but it could have a little more space. So, but can't, whatever. Ugh. So here I'm just putting a few things around, some dog treats, pictures, a little bit of clutter items, but once again, not a ton, because I didn't want to put a ton of stuff around, and I just wasn't really feeling it. And like I said, I kind of forgot about the existence of pictures and wall things. And I got down to this middle area again, and I changed the color. Changing the color of the walls really helped, because the blue color was just not working. It was too cold. The room was too cool, and this really helped warm it up. And the curtains helped too, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily in love with the curtains, but I don't feel like any of the other curtains fit. So it is what it is. That's what it is. Oh, and I didn't want to use these because I didn't want to use more white. I wanted a little bit more layer to the curtains. Because see, look, I thought about it for a second. I thought about it. But then I was like, wait. So then I realized I had this massive balcony that I had no idea what to do with, because I'll be honest, I'm not necessarily that great at furnishing outdoor spaces, especially on patios and or balconies, because all I tend to do is seating. And I was like, I feel like there needs to be a little more. So I stuck out another big dining table set, and it really filled the space up pretty well. And then a couple little seating area. I really didn't want to overcrowd this house. I feel like in my recent house builds, recent as in 3 months ago, but I feel like in those house builds, they've gotten a little cluttered. And granted, I like that aspect of it, but I feel like I just needed a little bit more open space. And I don't know if the cats, sorry, those were 4 sentences all at once, and none of them came together. But if the cats and dogs are anything like the cats and dogs in Sims 3, the more cluttered your house is, the less things work. And so I think that was kind of my unconscious mentality towards this whole house build, was kind of having things be more open, so that way either Sims don't get stuck or pets don't get stuck, and just things work properly. Because I wanted to give things a fighting chance, I guess. But in the end, I do like how it turned out. It ended up kind of being a homey, nautical space. I do like it. Those chairs, though, I love those chairs. But I really wish that they had an outdoor table that kind of matched those chairs more, because those chairs are very farmhouse-esque chairs, and they can definitely be outdoor chairs. They don't have to be indoor chairs. But I feel like there needed to be a round table that fit better, because I don't really care for that table that is iron clad around the outside and the legs. I don't really care for it. And I was like, what? There wasn't a table that worked as well as I wanted it, so I ended up having to use that one. I was like, But once again, can't have everything. But yeah, and now I'm just kind of doing a couple little outside things. I wanted to put a fence around the entire property because dog. And growing up, that we had I've had fences, and you just you don't throw the dog outside, but if the dog needs to go, you don't have to walk them. And then I put some of the trees in, and I almost put in some of the big trees, but I kind of got thrown off a little bit size-wise with the trees, just because of how tall the house was, because I made it 3 stories, and I don't often do 3-story houses, and so I kind of threw off my sense of height, and I was zoomed out a lot, and so trees looked really small, and I was like, yeah, that tree will work perfectly, and I zoomed out and was zoomed in, and I was like, this tree is huge. So, shout out to the Sims 4 creators for creating all of the trees that I'm allergic to. But, side note, I am allergic to pretty much everything. Fun fact. But I am extremely allergic to white birch trees and dogwood trees and cottonwood trees. So, they have 2 of those trees now. And I'm like, yeah, guess what? Allergies. But yeah, so this is the screenshots now. I really do like how it came out. It was very clean, very organized, modern, but at the same time, not modern. Kind of a little bit traditional, but at the same time not. It worked. It worked. And I liked the light, kind of open feeling, but it ended up working really well. But yeah, and I ended up going with, I had trouble figuring out what seats I wanted to do in the kitchen, but I ended up going with those white ones because I feel like it just worked better. And that fireplace, I wish the mirror would work on the fireplace, but that's close enough, I guess. And let's see, then we have the master bedroom, which has its yellows. I don't normally go for yellows, but I was kind of feeling it. And all the bathrooms are pretty much like white and black, which, you know, what are you going to do? And the most boring. See, I need to put, like, when I do my Let's Play, I need to put in pictures because that bathroom is very stark. I need to do something about that. And then we have the second floor, and I really like that landing area, kind of little area, and then it has that overlook area. Not necessarily the easiest thing to do, but I like how it turned out. Let's see, we have the bathroom on the second floor, and we have the guest bedroom. And I feel like adding the curtains really helped kind of bring that room a little bit more together. Then we have the balcony area, and I really like how the lighting plays on the whatever you call the thing over the top. Brain, no working, no. But then we have the loft area. So, but as I was saying, this is available to download on the gallery if you would like. I hope you will join me in more of Gaming Mess for this month of December. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I upload every day for the month of December until Christmas. But I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.